Hello everyone, it's Rick here, back in with our Marvel Content Champion, and today I'm bringing you guys another champion concept, this one for Black Tarantula, who, if you didn't know, actually lost the Summer's Choice event to Shadra. So yeah, he was actually very close to being added to the game, and it's personally who I would have liked to be added to the game, but Shadra's pretty cool. And as always, these are purely fan-made and are official, leaked, real, etc. This is just for fun. And so my goals for the champion is I want him to be a physical attacker that deals rupture-based damage, and he excels in short and medium fights. And also, he may or may not have an immortality component. So yeah, as you can see, he is a skilled champion, he is a villain, he's a size large, and a mercenary. Now getting into his always active, Black Tarantula's bulletproof skin makes him immune to bleed and rupture effects, except if the opponent is immune. So if the opponent is a mutant champion, they can put ruptures and bleeds however they like. But he also renders armor breaks and shatters 60% less potent on him. And also, while attacking, he speeds up the timer on damaging effects on him by 80%. So, even if the opponent's mutant, you could probably still get away with using him because he could make like, let's try and think of a number, like a 10-second bleed on him only lasts for 2 seconds. So, pretty strong ability right there. And that is for all damaging effects. So, stuff like poison, shock, incinerate, cold snap, like, he can just shrug those off as long as he's attacking, even into block and during special attacks. Really strong ability right there that can make him super versatile for all kinds of nodes and all kinds of defenders that that you wouldn't really think taking him into, being he doesn't have like a long list of immunities, but because he has that one ability that can speed up effects by 80%, it kind of makes him a little bit more viable over other champions who don't have immunities to protect them from damaging effects. Also, Black Tarantula cannot crit naturally. Instead, he passively decreases the opponent's physical resistance by X% when attacking. So this may sound a bit niche, but that's okay, because since he does deal rupture-based damage, you will see that, combined with the lowering of physical resistance, you could expect to get like big bursts of rupture damage or harder hitting ruptures. Because rupture is a physical kind of effect, it's like a damaging effect that deals physical damage. So any champion that has really low physical resistance is probably going to take more rupture damage than someone who has higher physical damage. So that's why he reduces physical resistance while critting. And if we get into basic attacks, if he inflicts a physical rupture dealing X damage with his medium attacks and his first light attack. So you kind of just want to go for your medium, light, medium. And if you crit, you'll probably get a bigger burst of that rupture damage. And this can also trigger through block. So you could get a little bit more damage through block, but obviously he cannot crit through block. Also, holding block for 1.5 seconds grants him a Shadowlands passive for X seconds. While Shadowlands is up, the opponent cannot evade, and it lowers the opponent's physical resistance to 0. So while this is up, the opponent is going to have no physical resistance, but he can still crit them to give them negative physical resistance, meaning your instant rupture are going to be dealing so much damage. So right off the gate, he is really good for short matchups because all you really have to do is get that Shadowlands passive, and you just do your medium light mediums to get like a big burst of that rupture damage that not a lot of characters are immune to. There's only 3 champions in the game that are immune to rupture, and I'm pretty sure it's Lumatrix, Scorpion, and Spider-Punk. And then theoretically, if he ever got added to the game, Black Tarantula would be also immune to ruptures. So yeah, that's why I consider Rupture to be the best damaging effect in the game, and this just makes him a whole lot better because of how rare of an immunity Rupture is and how effective it can be. But now getting into some extra sauce with the champion to really gauge like a play style, we have this heavy attack. So if Black Tarantula is struck with a basic attack while charging, he evades the attack and places a Rupture debuff on the opponent, dealing X damage over X seconds. I forgot to mention that there would be a cooldown on this, of course, but on defense, there wouldn't be. So, on defense, you do not want to strike this guy's heavy attack. That can just, he'll evade, and then you get a Rupture. So, unless you have one of those select few champions that are immune to Rupture, you're just going to be taking some Rupture damage. Also on defense, after evading, Black Tarantula has a 100% chance to use a special. So, this could be really good at making sure you can bait out the special attack, but you're probably going to get hit with it. So unless you have some way to guarantee he misses or evade or you evade, yeah, that's probably going to be more annoying than not annoying. And then speaking of his specials, So for the animation, I'm thinking Black Tarantula blinds the opponent with a smoke bomb and attacks them as he emerges from the smoke cloud. So that's a special one. And what the special one does is after the first hit, Black Tarantula shrugs off all dot effects on him and refreshes rupture effects on the opponent. So this goes hand in hand if you use the heavy attack into a special, or the heavy attack evade into a special one, you put that rupture on them, and he also refreshes the rupture so it lasts like an extra second or two. And yeah, also just the utility of being able to just shrug off dot effects on with a single special one is pretty crazy. Like, this guy is going to do really well against like characters that just put on so many debuffs on you because you have so many ways to mitigate them, whether it be attacking to shrug them off 80% quicker, or you have the special one. So special one is the easiest special attack to spam. However, it's not the special that offers the most damage. It's just really nice in utility. Also, if used right after evading, you also gain passive precision for each effect shrugged off for X seconds. So this could give him increased crit rating, so you get more crits that can lower the opponent's physical resistance. Because even though he can't crit naturally, he still does benefit from crit rating increases, because then that could just make it he has more chance to lower the opponent's physical resistance on hit. So as a 7-star, he probably would still benefit from the crit rating stat focus, as well as like also the crit rating masteries as well. And then for the special 2, so Black Tarantula launches the opponent across the screen and hits him with a devastating eye laser. Because yeah, if you didn't know, this guy actually can like shoot lasers from his eyes. Pretty darn cool. And the beam hits deal a burst of physical damage if the opponent is suffering with a rupture debuff. So yeah, you definitely want to be activating that heavy evade right before a special attack. And yeah, it's definitely going to be he's definitely going to have a huge counter if he cannot do that evade, because then he loses out on a lot of damage. And also, if used right after evading, the attack is a guaranteed crit. So yeah, it's going to lower the opponent's physical resistance for this attack. And yeah, also the physical damage, if they're afflicted with a rupture, is also going to make it deal even more damage. So you definitely want to make sure you do that heavy evade into the special 2 for the most amount of damage. And then for Black Tarantula special 3, I think I kind of cooked with this animation. So Black Tarantula calls a group of hand ninjas to slash up the opponent and are brought to their knees. The hand then splits, making way for Black Tarantula to deal the final blow, and is giving a katana which he plunges into the opponent. I think that would just look super, super cool, because also he is like kind of a leader of the hand, so it makes sense to include him here in the special 3, and it just gives him so much aura, the way he just like walks up, takes the katana, BAM! For that devastating blow. But what this special attack does is Black Tarantula inflicts the opponent with an X% potency rupture vulnerability passive for 20 seconds. So pretty long, and once again, that's just going to increase the amount of physical damage and the rupture damage he can deal. Yeah, it's just going to make him that much more effective if it is a more longer fight. Like I said, he's probably going to excel in like short fights where you kind of just like nuke him in like a big special 2. But if it is going to be a longer fight, he is still viable. If you go for like special 3 and then the special 2, he can deal even more damage. But yeah, let's get into the signature ability. So when Black Tarantula would be knocked out, he has an X to 100% chance to appear revived with X to X HP depending on the sig level in the champion select screen. And this can only occur once per quest. So in the comics, it's kind of like, does this guy have immortality or does he not? Because he seems to die, but then he just comes back. So it's like a big mystery in the comics. So I think it was like really cool for him to have like this version of like immortality where it's like in questing he can be knocked out and then he just appears back like still alive. I think that's just kind of funny in my opinion. Yeah. But that's not really going to offer that much in something like Battlegrounds, so we also got a second part here that Black Tarantula increases his crit rating while the opponent is suffering from a rupture by plus XX depending on crit rating. So yeah, this is just going to make it so that, like, once again, the heavy evade charge is going to put a rupture on the opponent, and that's just going to give you a ton more crit rating. So yeah, you don't even have to do it for a special attack. Once he's awakened, as long as there's just a rupture on the opponent, he increases his crit rating, and yeah, it's pretty huge. It doesn't qualify for his instant ruptures, just the debuff. So I should probably preface that it's a rupture debuff instead of like the instant ruptures. But yeah, that is Black Tarantula. That's how I would make him if he was ever to be in a contest. And I hope he gets added soon. And he was the runners-up, so I do think that out of all of the Summer's Choice champions, he's probably going to be next. I hope it's later this year. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Let me know any other characters you want me to create contests for in the comments below, or any champions you want me to buff. Because next week is going to be a buff, and I think I'm going to start moving the champion concepts to Thursdays instead of Wednesdays, because that Wednesday is kind of when the new content drops. So, it's better to cover that than do a champion concept. So yeah, those are going to be Thursday from now on. Today. So yeah, that is all. Goodbye.